So I just received some pretty bad news regarding my move to North Carolina that I am trying to process through. There is a solve for it, but the solve also does not make me happy. So to take my mind off of that, I am going to record a video for you guys, and hopefully my spirits won't be dampened as I do this. Stay tuned for the video. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do so. That way you don't miss out on any of the content that I release from the channel that is designed to help you make sense of comic book collecting. With that said, I want to take some time to show you guys some really awesome books that I have found in the 100K collection. This is a bin that I saw many months ago, and I went through it quickly at one point and haven't touched it since because it dealt with Venom, and I am not the biggest Venom fan, to be honest. I am a fan of the newer version of Venom that Donny Cates has written, but the older stuff, not so much. I haven't really read it, and I haven't read it because I wasn't really a big fan, but I decided to go through the bin, and there is actually some really cool stuff in here that I want to show you guys right now. I have some notes in front of me because I'm not all that familiar, as I kind of alluded to, with all of the different Venom mini-series and titles that have been released over the years. So I have some notes to kind of help me out with some of this stuff, and I'm definitely going to be looking for those Venom fans out there to correct me if I get anything wrong. But a nice stack of books here that we are going to rip through, starting off with Tooth and Claw. This is a mini series again, Venom, Tooth and Claw. This book I thought was just really cool because of the cover. It is Wolverine squaring off against Venom, and I think that that is the only thing of significance with this one, but it was a cool cover, so I wanted to go ahead and share that one with you guys. Next up, we have another cool book here. This is Along Came a Spider, Venom #1. And this one also has a really awesome cover, but this is also the first appearance of Hybrid. And I think Hybrid is like the combination of 4 symbiotes rolled into one. Haven't heard of this character before, but I believe that this is the first appearance. So cool book. Next up, we are looking at Carnage Unleashed. And I want to say I have a couple of books from this run. I pulled all of these because I thought the covers were pretty cool. And then one of them is also a scarce book, according to Key Collector. So I wanted to make sure that I shared that. Here is part 1, issue #1 of this book of Carnage Unleashed. Really cool book right here, featuring Carnage and also Venom right there. Next up, we have issue #2. Again, a really cool cover right there. And I may actually break down and read some of these. I'll be honest, there are some here that look to be pretty cool. Here is issue #3 right here. And again, another really awesome cover. And I want to say that maybe Eddie was actually separated from his symbiote in this one. I cannot recall all the details, but I do believe that this is also a scarce book. Again, according to Key Collector app, it says scarce for that one. And then just to kind of round out the thought, there is issue #4. And so hopefully the Venom fans out there are enjoying this video. Next up, we have The Hunted, issue #1. And I think that this is the first appearance of a character known as Xenophage. I think that's how you pronounce it, which I think is an alien symbiote hunter, if memory serves. I think I have that right. Again, Venom fans, let me know. Next, we are going to Center Take All. And I have several of these books right here because each one of them has a little something going on with it. This one I just thought was a really awesome cover that is a little reminiscent of the front cover of issue #1, the Donny Cates Ryan Stegman #1. That is kind of reminiscent of this one. And this book is actually the first appearance of the second Sin Eater. Again, Center Take All, Sin Eater. it all makes sense now. Next, we have issue number 2. I thought this was a pretty crazy cover. Venom fighting the Sin Eater, and the Sin Eater is like back now. I think he's in the current version of Amazing Spider-Man. So really interesting timing on this one. This is also the cameo appearance of She-Venom. Almost butchered that. She-Venom. I think it's Anne, which is Eddie Brock's wife, has a cameo appearance here. And then when we skip down to issue number 3, I do believe that this is her first full appearance. This is one that I actually pulled from the 100K collection many months ago. It's been sitting in a bin all this time. Really cool book. There are two, there's a bindery tear and a little bit of a cut down here in this corner, but overall a pretty nice copy of this book. Awesome cover. Super creepy. So that's the first full appearance. And then this one is issue number 5. And this is the second full appearance, if memory serves, of Anne as She-Venom. And then next we have a really cool glow-in-the-dark cover. This is one that I've seen many times, and again, found it in the collection. I have not turned the lights out to see what this looks like, but now I'm intrigued to actually do it. This is Venom, the Enemy Within, issue number 1. Super creepy cover right there. And I'm guessing the white parts are the glow-in-the-dark parts, I'm guessing. Next, as we get to the bottom of the stack here, this is Venom, the Enemy Within, issue number 2. I pulled this one only because it is a Morbius versus Venom cover. I think the first time that these two actually appear on a cover together, so I thought that it was at least worth pulling this one out to actually show folks. Next, we have arguably one of the best known, I think, Venom books that is out there, and it is Lethal Protector, wonderful red foil. You guys know I love some foil from the 90s. I've had so many copies of this book over the years. I've had graded copies, raw copies, a lot of copies of this book, but just a cool book to have in the collection. And then the very last book that I'll show you all is this one. This is Venom, the Finale, issue number 3 right here. And I think that this is basically where, you know, the Venom stuff was starting, the hype was starting to die down with this character, and based upon some of the information that I was able to find over a 5-year period, kind of around the time of that last book, Venom had appeared in I think 23 different mini series at that point. And Marvel was kind of wrapping things up, putting the character on the shelf, and now he is definitely back with a vengeance. One of the things that I am still sort of struggling with is the fact that I think we are about to get Venom 200, which I guess marks the 200th issue of a Venom comic. And I guess if you add up all of the mini-series plus the ongoing series that he's had, I guess that all adds up to around 200 issues. But that's actually something that I want to dig into, because I think it would be really cool to make sure that I know that and they're not just deciding to call it a 200th issue. But again, he has a lot of miniseries, so maybe it does add up to 200. Anyway, with that said, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, I want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment behind. And if you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.